Alrighty, that was Flight of the Conchords with a track called Ladies of the World. We're lucky enough to be talking to Richard. He's heading up the Brisbane International Film Festival, which is a yearly thing here in Brisbane. I got a chance to go last year, and a chance to go, I'm going to go this year as well. G'day, Richard, how you going?
Hi guys, I'm going well, thanks. Thanks for having me. I can hear a familiar soundtrack there.
Yes, thought I'd play this, because that's something that the festival's doing this year, doing the spaghetti western movies. How did you come about getting them involved?
Well, look, I've always loved them, and we had an opportunity to get a collection of them, very small, but nevertheless significant collection of them coming out of a program that was curated in New York, like earlier this year. And I think we've got about 12, 13 or 14.
Yeah, there's quite a number there. I was actually quite surprised that there was so many there.
Well, no one really knows how many were made. They reckon about 500, but many have been lost, and many have been, probably should have been lost. And you're right to play Morricone because his music was obviously heavily featured throughout all the spaghetti westerns, and probably the principal soundtrack, principal musician associated with spaghetti westerns, and including. I guess the most successful spaghetti westerns, the ones that were really, really, really known and that started the career of Clint Eastwood, were The Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Or the Sergio Leone ones that he made at the beginning. Well, it's interesting because I actually wrote down today, because I'm going to go along to the film festival and see The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. As you, I also am in love with a lot of the spaghetti westerns, mainly the Sergio Leone ones. They're the ones I know best. But from The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, one of my all-time favourite film moments is the Ecstasy of Gold moment, where Eli Roth goes into the graveyard and starts running around to find a particular grave. You know the scene I'm talking about?
Yes, I remember that. You can't. Yes, it's right towards the very end, isn't it?
It is near the end. Spoiler alert. But
oh, sorry.
No. I'm joking. But that is my all-time favourite scene from any movie at any time. So that's why it's such a joy to be talking about these particular movies.
Well, yeah. Look, we did debate actually, should we include the Sergio Leones or not? But we figured you couldn't really draw people into the program without the Leones, even though. The other films are really notable as well, not only for, the actors that are in them, but also for, the great cinema and great soundtracks. But, there's actors in there like, Burt Reynolds as Navajo Joe, giving the Indian perspective on the Western. That's pretty good. Klaus Kinski in, one that I have never seen called The Great Silence, which is supposed to be, Sergio Corbucci, spaghetti western, as supposed to be one of the most depressing and most political of all the spaghetti westerns. So,
oh wow,
Klaus Kinski, it'll be dubbed in, it's dubbed. Most of these are dubbed, by the way.
Yeah. And
it's got Klaus Kinski, and it's got wonderful Jean-Louis Trintignant, the French actor, who also plays in one of the best films in the festival, a film called Amour, which won the Palme d'Or in Cannes this year. So you've got the young Jean-Louis Trintignant and the old one at the other end of the festival. So, it's a nice time there.
Well, we'll get off these Italian films in a second, but I did want to mention, I noticed that they've got Django and Django Kill, If You Live and Shoot. Now, of course, Quentin Tarantino, another great director, and one that I absolutely love to watch. He's releasing Django Unchained, coming out soon. So was there a little bit of, thought there as well when putting the spaghetti westerns together?
Oh, totally, yeah. I mean, I'd always hoped, but unfortunately it was beyond our control, as they say in The Fatal Attraction, that we might be able to get the new Quentin Tarantino as an opening or a closing night. But I think it has its world premiere in December. And there was no way we could change that. But, Django, which is a film that was banned in Australia until recently.
Oh, wow.
4 or 5 years ago, I think, 2004, 2005 or something like that, because it's so terribly violent, and this is the basis of Django Unchained, which is coming out, as I say, in December. But I mean, Tarantino's a great magpie, a great borrower, and always acknowledges his debts to spaghetti westerns as he does to many other movies. And not only to some of the scenes in some of these westerns, but also to some of the soundtracks. I can't remember which film it is, but it's a great acknowledgement of that great action. One of those great action scenes in Kill Bill, isn't it? All action.
Yep.
Is a direct riff from I think it might be The Big Gun Down. So yeah, lots of borrowing. So that's nice to be able to do in festivals, to give a sort of sense of history and to show people that there were things that did exist before 2005.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned Kill Bill, because RZA, the rapper from Wu-Tang Clan, did a lot of the music for Kill Bill, and pretty close to Tarantino as well. RZA's made his debut film, which is coming out at your festival, The Man with the Iron Fists.
Yeah. We got the premiere of that, and it's sort of billed as a Quentin Tarantino presents. It's Universal Pictures. I think it's just come out like overseas, and it's you know what, RZA, I find him a bit sort of strangely muted as an actor. The one who steals the show is Russell Crowe.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
No, seriously. I mean, it's so surprising. He is really funny.
Yeah.
He plays this sort of English gentleman with an amazing sword knife combination, and he really takes the piss. And I think he's sort of meant to take the piss, because it's sort of like a tribute to all those exploitation movies again, and to the westerns as well. Lucy Liu and her band of Black Widow, Spider, female assassins was pretty cool as well.
Well, I know Riz is a massive big fan of that Hong Kong cinema, way back with the Shaw Brothers stuff, and I think it's like Tarantino. He's really got involved with making that feel come to life, and maybe bringing it to people that haven't sort of dipped their toe in the water of those sort of films before.
Yeah, and I think the company, I might be wrong, but I think the company that was involved in the Shaw Brothers is involved in producing Man with the Iron Fist as well.
Excellent.
But it's a good look. We're showing that, I think, at the open air cinema, and then another session in one of our normal cinemas.
Well, we just gave tickets away to go to the normal cinema one, and a man called Nathan from Glasshouse Mountains won the tickets, so he'll be going along to see that film, and lucky him, all I can say is, because it looks like an awesome flick.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. You'll enjoy it, Nathan.
What other films are at the festival that you can suggest that we go and see, or some standouts that you'd think that the listeners might like?
Oh gosh, it depends what you guys like. I mean, when I was asked by our lovely publicist to define what's the festival about, to try and condense it all, I said, politics, sex, and pasta. It might be a bit of a throwaway line, but there's an element of truth in it. There's a lot of political stuff in the festival, particularly the section on the documentaries and the films of Ai Weiwei, who's the most famous Chinese dissident, activist, and artist, and one of our curators, who's an he's a Hong Kong national, has put together this collection. So there's some real politics in that. And the sex is in the section that we've just made up this year called Forbidden Pleasures, which is sort of showing, look, Queensland is really sexy people, but and so are Australians, but we don't often do sex very well in the cinema, I don't think, anyway. So these are a collection of films from all over the world that are dealing with, let's say, more salubrious and slightly aberrant forms of sexual behaviour.
Or as Norman Gunston would say, funny business.
Funny business. That's right. Stop it, or you'll go blind.
Excellent. There seems to be so much on. Like I said, I was lucky enough to attend last year. I attended about 4 or 5 films and had an absolute blast.
I'm glad.
And always high quality stuff. Where can people look you up if they want to search you out on the internet, just to, if they're interested or not?
Oh yeah, they can go to www.biff.com.au. That's biff.com.au, and programs should be around, like all cafes and letterboxing, lots of places, and doing the markets. We'll be at the West End markets this weekend, and different places. But yeah, just check on the website because it's a great great website. We've put in a new calendar view with lots of trailers, lots of everything. Hopefully we'll explain to people what you can see. And if you want to come down and say hi to me, I'll be down at the Regent Theatre tomorrow afternoon, like 4:30 to 5:30, offering programming tips for anyone. And I think the first 5 people who get down there get a double pass to see something or other.
Oh, wow.
There's an incentive for you.
That's the biggest incentive. What's your favourite film at the festival?
I don't know. They're all my favourites.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's hard. You know, I live with them for so long.
Have you seen every one of them?
I've seen, well, apart from all the spaghetti westerns, oh no, sorry, I lie. So apart from the spaghetti westerns and another section, great section called Rescue 911, which comes from our friends in Fantastic Fest in Austin, who are great mates and collaborators, and this is the second year of their collaboration. These films are ones that have been rescued from a dustbin. They were discarded and they've found them. And including a movie from the Chimpsploitation series, movie featuring chimpanzees.
Wow, I've heard of every other sort of ploitation, like Bruceploitation, Blaxploitation, Sexploitation. I've never heard of Chimpsploitation.
Well, you'll only see it at Biff.
Excellent, mate. I think you've got the best job in the world. I'd love to be sitting there watching all these films. And as a lover of film, I've got to say thank you so much for putting this festival on for us.
Our pleasure. We really enjoy it. So yeah, come along and enjoy it too.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Richard. Really glad that you could spend some time with us this afternoon, or tonight, really, not this afternoon. We're going to finish off the show now because we're going to say goodbye. So we're going to say goodbye at the same time as well as goodbye to Richard. Thank you very much for listening to Eclectic Avenue tonight. Tune in and listen to us again next week. Where we'll be talking more about some films, also having some great music. We're going to finish off today with a song from the Pogues. This is Dirty Old Town. See you later, Richard.
See you later.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Thanks, guys.